Have you ever wondered what happens when a cocky officer picks the wrong person to mess with? Listen to this. Ma'am, with all due respect, what's your call sign? The question came across the noisy mess hall, dripping with fake curiosity. A Marine captain, named Tape Davis, leaned in with a smug grin aimed at his junior lieutenants. Pure performance. Sierra Knox never looked up from her tray. She finished chewing her chicken, slow and calm. Her royal blue civilian blouse stood out in a sea of camouflage. To him, she was just some lost contractor, maybe a pilot's wife hearing cool stories. Your call sign, he repeated louder, loving the attention. Everyone here at the Black Sheep Squadron has one. It's a pilot thing, or did your husband just tell you the good ones? Imagine being that sure you're right, then finding out you're dead wrong. Keep listening. Sierra finally met his eyes. Steady. Unbothered. Over her chair hung a flight jacket. One worn patch, a grim reaper holding a busted hydraulic line dripping thick fluid. Below it, 2 words in black thread. Davis never saw it. He was too busy judging the blonde hair, the civilian clothes, the woman he had already dismissed. I'm Sierra Knox, she said quietly, voice carrying weight that made the room feel smaller. Captain Davis offered his name like he was doing her a favor. Squadron adjutant. In charge of who comes and goes. And I don't remember any woman on today's visitor log. He was fishing. Trying to catch her in a lie. I'm not here for the brief, she said, taking a sip of water. His smile tightened. The game wasn't going how he planned. Look, ma'am, this is a secure facility. I need to see ID. Now. He wasn't wrong about the rules. He was wrong about everything else. My ID is in my jacket, she said calmly. I'm just trying to finish lunch. That did it. Davis shoved his chair back, metal screaming on the floor. The whole mess hall went quiet. That little costume patch? Right. You're coming with me. We need to verify who you are, on my base. My base? One lieutenant winced. The other stared at his plate. Sierra placed her fork down slowly. Captain, you have 2 choices. Sit down and finish your meal, or keep going. If you choose option 2, it will end your career. That's not a threat. It's a weather report. Now here's where it gets wild. Across the room, a grizzled master gunnery sergeant froze with his fork in midair. He just spotted that patch. Grim Reaper. Dripping line. He knew that patch. He knew that legend. His stomach dropped. He stood up fast, left his food, and walked straight out the doors. Phone already to his ear. Sergeant Major, you're not gonna believe this, but I think Sticky 6 just landed, and Captain Davis is trying to throw her out of Chow. Dead silence on the line. Then one sharp breath. Keep eyes on. We're coming. 5 minutes later, the mess hall doors slammed open. Colonel Jensen, the base commander, strode in like thunder. Flanked by the sergeant major and a female major. Every Marine shot to their feet. Davis went ghost white. The colonel walked straight past him. Stopped in front of Sierra. And saluted sharp, perfect, held long. Major Knox. Colonel Jensen, base commander. Welcome to Miramar. My deepest apologies for the reception. He dropped the salute, turned to the trembling captain, and the temperature in the room dropped 20 degrees. Captain Davis, you wanted to know her call sign? Yes, sir, I was just. You're about to learn it the hard way. That patch you called a costume? That's a Joint Special Operations Air Detachment. They don't hand those out with Happy Meals. Some of you have heard the story, the colonel said, voice carrying to every corner. A night mission deep in enemy territory. Her wingman takes a missile. Hydraulics gone. Jet dying. Their flight lead? Already damaged, leaking fuel bad. JP-8 sloshing everywhere, sticky, one spark from turning her into a fireball. Everyone else would have bugged out. She refused to leave. She flew circles around that dying jet for almost an hour. Fighting off ground fire. Coordinating rescue. Talking her terrified wingman through it while her own stick was coated in hydraulic fluid, sticky. She stayed until the rescue birds arrived, then limped home on fumes. She saved 2 lives and a $30 million jet. The crew she saved? They gave her the call sign Sticky 6. Sticky, for the fuel-soaked jet she wouldn't abandon. 6, because she always has your back. The mess hall was dead silent. The colonel turned back to Davis, voice now a growl. So yes, Captain? She has a call sign. She earned it in blood and fire. You will address her as Major. Or Ma'am. My office. 5 minutes. Davis nearly ran out. 200 Marines watched him go. The colonel turned back to Sierra, all respect. Major, lunch at the O Club is on me. She gave a small, tired smile. Not necessary, Colonel. Just make sure the standard is the same for everyone. See the warrior, not the package. 1 month later, Captain Davis, now stuck behind a desk, stood in front of the entire air station teaching the new mandatory training. The centerpiece? Major Sierra, Sticky 6, Knox. And the lesson? Never judge the book by its cover. Because sometimes, the quiet woman in the blue shirt, she's the one who already saved the day when you were still learning how to shine your boots. Respect the call sign. Respect the warrior. Always.